Hello everyone, this is Juan Sarmiento and today is Thursday, December the 19th. Okay, let's first check the trades we got filled. XRX was a closing trade. It was a very bearish trade that I got out of. ARNC, that's Alcoa, former Alcoa. And that's a bearish trade, and here it is. And let's see. We are right here. $26 loss there for the day. Then Verizon, I think this was a rollover, vertical roll. I demonstrated that. And in essence, we got out of our December 20th vertical short call spread and rolled it over to January the 17th. And here's the resulting trade. Let's hide the position, and this is what we've got. Okay, so rolling over. Essentially, all you have to do is count the credits, and that would be $1.29. Let's see how that turned out. You can close or select those two legs of January and say analyze closing, buy back. That's if you were closing it, but that's a perfect way to just analyze the opposite. And then we have the trade. You can see the vertical is here, the one we got out of, and we had a $53 profit. So by doing the rollover, we closed this, essentially taking that credit and using it to finance the next trade or help finance the next trade. So we have two credits here that add to 129, and so let's $1.29 for the new trade. We can delete those other two, and here's the new trade with $46 in profits. Let me take a look at the chart. Yeah, that looks bearish, so I'm glad I did that. Let's move on. What I want to do now, let's double check here. We have a P&G, Procter & Gamble, that's a new trade. And Coca-Cola is a new trade as well. Okay. Now, tomorrow is a expiration Friday, and we have to sort of prepare because we won't be trading during trading hours. So we have to consider those trades that are right now in the money. What happens is if you are, let's say, one of the legs, the short is in the money and the long is not, the long will expire worthless and the short will be assigned either short shares or long shares, depending on whether you have puts or calls. And so I want to, those that are sort of in the middle, I have to make up my mind right now. Do I want to close the trade, roll it over, or risk being assigned? And the easiest way to know, instead of going through the entire list, is to check the setup here, application settings, and make sure you set your orders, I think. No, I'm sorry. Yes. Your positions should be labeled. They should be labeled in the money if the positions are about a week before expiration. A week before expiration as a minimum. And because they expire tomorrow, they will be labeled. You can use 2 weeks, but that's not what you want. You want to highlight those that are expiring tomorrow. So week before expiration, that's the label you want, and then they will be labeled as such. At the money, at the money, in the money, in the money, in the money. So let's go through them. BT, I have put them here. Analyze, high simulation, and we are right here, which means that the 55 call is short and would expire worthless, while the short, did I say short? The 55 is my long call, and it is under the money, is out of the money, so it's not gonna be exercises, it was gonna expire worthless. Meanwhile, the 50 calls would expire in the money, which means I will end up with short stock, 100 shares to be precise. So then what do you do if that happens? Well, then Monday morning you have to be ready with your trigger. If you don't want to own those, I mean, to have those 100 shares short in your account. If you have an IRA account, you will get a call from your broker and they will tell you to get out of the trade before a certain time on that day. But you certainly cannot hold that short by the end on Monday, by the end of the trading day. So if suppose I wanted to be assigned a short call, meaning 100 shares short, then I could do that, right? Supposedly, if this was a cash account, it's an IRA, so that's not it's not going to be possible. Let's check the chart, and I say, I think that this stock could possibly reverse, but it did have a jump today that could make things ugly for me. So I say I want to get out right now, perhaps at the opening. So I'm going to close this simply because I don't want to be assigned. If you wanted to be assigned, you could leave it. It's up to you. But so here's what we do. We just close it and we end up with an $89 loss instead of a $300 loss. Okay, it's not accepting it for whatever reason. It's not being recognized by the system right now. You could close only the short in the hope that the 55 call rallies. Okay, let's close that. Whatever reason is not allowing it. So I'm going to have to be doing this tomorrow morning when the market is open. I suspect that in a real account this wouldn't be a problem, and if it was, you would call your broker and say you want that out of your account. But because this is a paper trading account, we can't do that. So I'm going to do that tomorrow morning, okay? All right, let's look at IWM, that they are both in the money. This is a short call option, and they are both in the money, comfortably so. So then both of those will cancel each other. I will be assigned short shares and long shares, and then they neutralize each other, so the maximum loss is in effect. STI, let's go and take a look. We are right here, okay? We are very, very close, and that means they're both in the money. Okay, let's take a look. And let's say, yeah, it looks very much like the BBT. I thought I was seeing double here. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. The stock being a little over 70, what can happen is that your stock rallies. Like right now, they'll cancel each other. If the stock rallies, you have nothing to worry about. But if the stock goes down, then your 70 call gets out of the money and you could potentially be assigned. So in this case, I think I want to close this trade. Or let's just wait and see if it gets assigned. Let's say if it goes down below 70, I think we'll give this a try. Again, you would have to be with your eyes open, but let's say it stays above 70. I suspect it's gonna get above 70 or very close to it. Let's leave it alone. But you would have to be very aware. And then BX. Amazon is also same as the IWM. They're both legs are in the money, so they'll cancel each other right here. And then BX 55, same thing as BBT. We are very, very close here. You can choose to roll over if you're bearish on the trade still. Let's see. And of course I am not. That's a strong move up. And I think that this is simply going to go away. They're going to cancel each other, so I don't have to do anything. Okay, so I didn't ended up doing nothing, but at least the class is valid. In your case, you need to check. If you're not going to be trading tomorrow during the trading hours, you have to be aware that you could be assigned one side and not the other, and therefore you end up with shares that you didn't want. And I do not have any trades today, so let's take a look at these trades that are open here. We have Sina, which is the one that I transformed. Let's take a look at it. This was the diagonal that I then rolled over, and we are right here. It looks great. I'm not going to change anything. I think Sina is actually moving up. Yeah. So no change there. eBay is at 69% profit. So let's take a look. eBay. Do I want to take my profits or do I want to stay in it? So my maximum profit is 273 and right now is 189. That's my profit. Let's take a look. Big move today. I think I want to keep on it. Okay, this is December 27th, so we have a week to go. I might even do a rollover. No, I wouldn't really. We're very close to the edge here. You could potentially do a rollover, but let's wait until next week before we do that. And then we have Xilinx, that's 55%. And this is a diagonal, and we're right here. That is again in a very nice position because if it continues on higher, we have nothing to lose, and if it drops so that in the next month it slowly goes down, we could land in our sweet spot here. So I'm not going to do anything with that. Let me see. Yeah, I think it might correct a little bit or go sideways, so I'm going to leave it alone. And sorry, nothing much to report, but I think it was important to go through the in the money trades in case we wanted to do something. So thank you very much for joining me and see you next time. Bye-bye.
for this video. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Once you have done that, be sure to also click on the bell so you get a notification of future videos coming up in this channel. Be sure also to click like if you enjoyed this video, and feel free to share it with your friends and family. Thank you very much. Don't forget to visit www.PutCallGenie.com. Then go and subscribe. You could simply subscribe as a visitor. It is free, and you would have access to several videos of interest for traders. You would be directed to this registration page. It is free. Once you have subscribed as a visitor, feel free to go to the tutorials and select the free videos. These are videos of general interest for all traders. Thank you very much.